All right, what's up, you guys? Matthew here. I'm coming into you with an inspired video. This video was inspired by all of the doubters, all of the people who don't think AI can help non-technical people like myself do things that they can do. All of the high and mighty programmers, all of the coders, all of the architects. I am the architect, indubitably. Those people, right? They fly in on their whatever flying Nimbus or whatever. It's not Dragon Ball, but anyways, they come like they're bigger, better than you, right? And the reason why they don't want you to win, it's like DJ Khaled says, they don't want you to win. They don't want you to win because you winning makes them feel smaller. So they don't want AI to help you to win. So when you ask these old people, these programmers, the architect, if you ask them whether or not AI is going to be able to replace coders or programmers or architects in the next 6 to 12 months, like they said at the World Economic Forum, I think that's what sparked the most recent iteration of this debate. It was at the Economic Forum, some CEO of a company, right? He's obviously going to pump his stuff. He was saying that within 6 to 12 months, AI is going to replace all coders and programmers. It will be a dead job for humans. Totally doable by AI, right? So that gets people mad if you're a programmer and that's your job, right? Obviously, you're going to push against that and be like, no, I'm important in the world. You can't automate me, right? Right? But it's happened throughout history so many times. Automations come, but it's just such a painful blow to get your intellectual work automated by an AI, because you take pride in your intellectual work. You solve this problem. You write this array. You do this syntax. You know all this stuff. You went to college, right? It's like Kanye West album. It's like, well, I bet I can add all change in your pockets real fast. Okay, I have my degrees. That, and that's how I think some people approach this argument. They approach it from that perspective. Whereas me, naturally, as a non-technical person, I'm obviously going to want it to help me do things. They don't want me to win, right? They don't want me to win. I want to win. I want to use AI, and therefore I want AI to help me. They don't want AI to help me. They don't even want AI to be able to help me, or for anyone to even know it can help me, or that it, is good enough, right? They want people to think it's bad, right? So these different motivations, right? So I'm arguing it's kind of like an ad hominem attack on these people, or rather, I think it's an accurate summary of everyone's motivations within this argument. I want it. They don't want me to have it, right? That's the argument. So you get these different people on YouTube. I don't know if you watch AI YouTubers, but if you're watching this video, maybe the algorithm found you or whatever. I watch this guy. He's like AI News, Nate B. Jones. He's pretty good. I watch some other people. Watch this, who's this other guy? Primetime. He's pretty skeptical, right? So I watch people who are skeptical. I watch people who are optimistic, right, about AI and whether or not they think it can replace coders. And I think it just boils down to the matters of fact, right? So what are we arguing about? We're arguing about whether or not AI can eventually help non-technical people, or rather can help technical people no longer have to do the work that they used to. I don't think that's as strong of a statement as people think is being made. I think people assume that the statement being made by the CEO is that non-technical people like me can just do everything that technical people can do as long as they have some sort of AI, right? Everyone's excited about these new models, Opus 4.5, GPT 5.2. They're saying that these models are approaching the reliability of humans when it comes to coding tasks. And I myself, I've tried coding apps with these things. And that's why I think I can have an opinion on this, because I've done stuff. I've built things that worked. This is my local host 8000. I got the agent desk, agent machine learning, all sorts of filters, and it's just like AI Claude code, right? So I do things. I get apps made. I do vibe coding. And so in my experience, vibe coding is about getting shit done, right? So you got to know what done means. So you got to know the shit you want to get done. And that's pretty much all there is to it. If you understand what is to be done, you have to understand what that means in terms of completeness. That means you need to understand what done means in terms of correctness, right? So as long as you understand what done, complete, correct mean in terms of what you intend to get done, then I believe that an AI can definitely help you achieve that. It's just there might be some issues. You don't know programming. You're not a programmer. You're not an architect, right? So what does that mean? It basically, in my opinion, as a non-technical person, all that means is that you don't understand enough to know when there will be unexpected outcomes. That's all, right? So what are unexpected outcomes? Programmers call those edge cases, right? Programmers want to know that when they run this machine, that in the event of all possibilities, it will continue to run as expected. The problem is non-programmers can't think in systems. They can't think in terms of all possibilities. They can't think, well, what if somebody uses it in this way? Wouldn't it break? You can't assume that. You have to basically, as a programmer, assume that if you have 12 doors in your app, that everybody's going to try every single door. That's just basic programming. You got to stress test for these different things. And so programmers know that. They went to school. They have the formal education to understand the edge cases. They have the formal education to understand things that can happen in programs that cause them to not run as you expect them to, right? That's all. So anyways, without repeating myself, what I have to say is that vibe coding, maybe as it was coined, just letting the vibes, fly and just not reading the code, is maybe not the way that people are going to get the same results as these programmers, as non-technical people. But that doesn't mean that using AI as like a vibe programmer, let's call it, or a vibe architect. I know I'm like insulting people right now, saying that you can vibe those things. But if you can understand those things at a high level, the way I just described them, and then prompt AI iteratively and work with it as a feedback loop, as a non-technical person who's just trying to understand what is being done as it's being done, that to me is the way to use AI to learn programming as you are programming, right? You can learn while you do now. That's the main difference, in my opinion. You can learn as you do. Whereas before, you had to learn in order to do, right? So it's just a different order of events now. And so people don't want you to get things done because they feel like if you get it done poorly, the world's going to become a worse place because people who don't understand unexpected outcomes are getting things done in ways where when unexpected outcomes happen, the world becomes a worse place. So rightfully so, they're like, no, this is bad stuff. You shouldn't be doing this. You are ruining the world, basically is what they're saying. Maybe. Or you are now using what's available to, as a non-technical person, do what is now possible for you, right? So I think it's a different level of, responsibility for users, I think, is what vibe coders should probably adopt as like an ethos, right? Is to experiment with personal software. So like I make this software, I use this software myself, I like this software, and then I shipped the software to users. But when I ship the software to users on the main domain, the public domain, it's a read-only website because I know my limits. Because when I iterate inside Claude and GPT, and I learn what I don't know, it's like a Dunning-Kruger effect. You start out, you don't know what you don't know, then you know what you don't know, which means that you are now on a learning curve, right? And now at least you know what you don't know. And what I know I don't know is how to handle user data and security and make sure that everybody's safe when they're logging into my site. So I didn't make a login. It's just a read-only site. All you can do is read the site, right? That's all you do. So it's low stakes. And that's knowing my limits as a programmer. That's knowing that I don't want to deal with people's data. I don't want to get a website where I'm holding everybody's data for you. I got like 1,000 people's email addresses and stuff, and then somebody hacks me, and now all their email addresses connected to like maybe their screen name or something is out there now, and people can like go cross-reference that with dark web information and try and hack into your accounts with the same email using the same credential they found on some other place. I don't want that to happen, but at least I know that that's possible, right? And I know that if I don't have a secure website, then that can happen. So that it's just that it's not an unexpected outcome to me because I expect it, right? It's just when people don't expect outcomes and they happen. That's why the programmers are mad at you. That's why they say you're bad. You're bad. Okay, you bad, right? So that's all. Anyways. I'm going to end this rant. I'm going to post the video, but I just wanted to say my version of things. Ultimately, I think as long as you understand, done, complete, correct, edge cases, unexpected outcomes, all possibilities, everyone's going to open every door in your app, that's programming. You can learn programming. So if anything, this is me trying to communicate like the lowest bar of getting started with this stuff at a high level for I guess, learnedness, educationness, whatever. I just ruined the video in the end. Anyways, bye, guys.